Long ago, on the fields of battle, in the year 2017, two men met to decide once and for all what the most metal things in the universe are. For there can be only one. What's more metal? With your hosts, and
Hey, everybody! Woo! Yeah!
A much different intro than the one I usually get. The opposite of that.
Hey, everybody! Welcome to What's More Metal, the only podcast for two badass, let's say scissor running comedians.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, pick the most metal shit in the universe. Yes.
What's the worst that could happen? Run with scissors? Why not?
Yeah. There should be an actual marathon where you just run with scissors the whole time.
With it pointed towards your chest?
Just running. Yeah, I fucking love it. And then there's also swinging arms that hit the fucking scissors into your own neck. Just like, but I'd run it. I'd run it if it wasn't all that running. That's the only like, I could hurt myself.
If you could segue it.
If I could segue with scissors. Now
segue with scissors. Nobody ever talks about it, but that's equally dangerous.
Oh yeah, dude. Now that's the sport of the future.
Yeah.
It's the show where two comedians pick the most metal shit in the universe. With me, as always, is the Air Bud to my golden receiver. Yeah, the Air Fryer to my meaty nuggets.
Man, I legitimately have not tried anything made in an air fryer yet, and I feel like I'm letting myself down. Like
yeah.
But I don't own one, so I don't know where I would get it.
Let me finish this intro real fast. That's Dan Weber. No, I'm comedian Nariko Watt. With us as always is super producer Raw Dog, Lord Raw Dog,
Lord
DJ
Raw Dog.
BJ.
The Midnight Rider.
The Midnight Rider. The Wax Assassin.
He's on the 3s and 4s.
Yeah. Yes. AC/DC CD. Randall Lawrence.
Yeah.
Yes. Hey, everybody. No, but I don't want to slip past that air fryer comment. I have a buddy, my buddy Mason, keeps posting these pictures on Instagram of him fucking rocking shit in an air fryer, and I fucking want one so bad.
Yeah.
I will never eat not fried again. I will fucking, my Instant Pot already fucking just, that rules my life. I love it. But now if I could add in perfectly crafted fucking jalapeno poppers on the reg, I'd be fucking,
Yeah.
I'm done.
It'd be over.
Just get a tiny
Like,
little
quarantine would be
convection
1,000 times better.
Oh my God. I will be, oh my God. I will get so fat my face will fill this whole screen. Like my square will just be, it'll be like, I'll just look like Super Meat Boy. Just red. Red with hypertension.
I know kind of friend of the show, Shane Brennan, has an air fryer.
I do
But
too.
Yeah.
I think he ruined it. I think he broke it. Not
Really?
Too long ago. I
Just
think
fucking. Yeah, he's like, this thing dies after 5,000 wings.
Yeah. He did something that like kind of fucked it up a little bit.
Fuck, dude. Yeah. Well, now I'm bummed. Because I'm like, I want some of those wings.
I want to try them.
Yeah. Oh, I wanted to do a little house cleaning before we started. Last week we did Most Metal Sega Genesis character.
Right.
And I talked about how Earthworm Jim was formative. It was formative. I fucking love it. It's an amazing, the character and the whole world. And like, I love the game. It was just super awesome. But thanks to a listener of ours, I found out that the artist Doug Tenapel is a scumfuck.
Yes,
He's a piece of shit. as in anti-LGBTQ and like a writer for Breitbart kind of level scumfuck, like complete piece of shit. So I have said this before, but I'm pretty sure that the atomic, like the subatomic, the quarks, the things that make up what the future is made out of, like in this thing where like the future, like what it is created out of is just when you eat the present and shit it out. And then that shit is what you wade through, because everything in your childhood that you loved will be ruined and you will wade through it like a river of shit as you grow older. It sucks. Everything you like, every person you like now, where you're like, oh, you know, that Cardi B will never be bad or whatever. Like, doesn't matter. They will turn horrible by the time they get about 50, 60 years old. They'll just, or whatever, and they reach their 40s, they'll just become awful. So
that's why you should only like artists that die in their 40s.
yes, the 27 Club is there for a reason, people.
Yes. Yeah, if Kurt Cobain had lived long enough, he'd have been a member of the Proud Boys. Like, it's just...
If Jesus lived to be 45, he'd be all like, "Now bring those money changers back in. Come on, they're good now."
Yeah.
You know what? I say all eyes of needles should be camel sized, because these rich guys know what's up.
Exactly. Exactly. Middle age is usually when your spirit dies.
I just, yeah. You're watching it now. And
I'm past it, turns out.
Yeah, you're doing okay. But I'm waiting for the Dan Weber turnaround. You know what sucks? Everything I used to like. That's what sucks. And,
No.
Yeah.
No, honestly, I'm pretty yeah, there's some things that I like that suck now, but some of them aren't too bad. Like, I mean, sure, the lead singer of Slayer is heavily Catholic and a pile of shit, but everybody else in the band is a fucking psychopath, so that's fine.
It just doesn't fail. You're just like,
No.
God damn. It's just fucking. But anyway, Randy, we like to do something here at the beginning of the show also, because these are indeed dark days, and it's been kind of shitty. We like to give you a little bit of light, a little something positive in these times. So we'd like to pull out something from the news that we can kind of go, hey, good, you know, that's that should just be called just like light metal or like
Oh, you're talking about white metal?
yeah.
The Christian black metal?
Yes. That's just what we call the segment.
No, we don't. No, we fucking don't. That shit is not okay. That's not okay.
We're going to give you something a little posy-core right now.
Posy-core.
The posy-core news.
Optometalistic. That's what it is.
But yeah. Randy, you had something.
Yes. So for this week's Posy-Core news,
That's the name of the segment from here on out, by the
Yep.
way. Posy-core. No doubt about it.
That rocks.
this broke today, November 20th. I wish I had a graphic for this. Donald Trump Jr. has tested positive for COVID.
We did it, everybody.
We did it.
We did it.
Yes.
He got that inheritance from his dad early.
So to revive a very old segment, that makes COVID-19 the most metal person of the week.
Oh, yeah.
It definitely took down another guy in Florida. Wasn't it? There was some senator that fucking got COVID.
Oh, Rick Scott got it too.
Yeah.
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 Bald-headed piece of shit.
Yeah. Any one of those Republicans mask-hating dipshits, all of them getting COVID, one right after the other. It's a delight to watch. And the White House is not planning to cancel any of their holiday parties.
Right.
So they're going to have a Hanukkah party December 4th and a Christmas party. So the Hanukkah party may very well yield results on a very Merry Christmas. Like, it's going to be like 3 weeks afterwards. We're going to see a rash of people fucking getting sick.
Yeah.
I mean, they get the best.
Yeah, we thought the virus was only going to last 1 day, but it lasted 8 days. It's a miracle.
It's a miracle. Let's light one candle for every day that somebody's infirm.
It's the celebration of breaths. That's fucking great. Rick Scott too. Mr. KK Clean. I call him the albino milk dud.
Yeah, he's a real
That
sack
dude
of shit.
Sucks so fucking bad.
Yes.
But yeah, so him and Don Jr., who, I mean, fuck, that's fucking great. You know what'd be great is if they were like, they're like, the only cure, Don Jr. is going to be one living African elephant. But you kept shooting me. So you fucking fucker.
I think it just should be a shot of bleach. I think they should just tell him
Yeah.
to drink a pint glass of bleach.
Yeah.
Your dad said it was fine.
Yeah. It should be drink a pint glass of bleach and then we hit you with a car.
Actually, bleach is not strong enough. That's some weak ass shit.
Yeah.
Drano.
Yeah.
You've got
There
to
you go.
drink a bottle of Drano.
There you go. Look, this is just science, people. We're putting it out there. If you are related to the Trump family, this is literally the only cure.
Yes.
We found it.
I would like him to get an injection of lead to the brain.
Yes. High speed injection of lead.
I'm kidding. This is all satire. It's a joke.
Yes.
The man's about to be irrelevant and like hosting like some OANN network version of like some super hateful like Hollywood Squares. Like OANN. The dude's gonna have like no career. Their whole family's going to fuck them.
Yes.
And the Democrats, I swear to God, when Biden is finally like in office, they just literally need to go ham on fucking convicting everybody.
Yes.
Everybody involved at every step of the way.
I
All of them
think
should
that
go
it's
to prison.
potentially, if Trump had conceded like early, Biden wouldn't have pursued it. But now that he's making him wait, that dude, I mean, he's an East Coast angry motherfucker. He's going to be like, oh, okay, you're going to fuck with me?
Yeah.
When you get out, I'm going to fuck you up. And then he's
Yeah.
just going to have like case after case after case after case.
Corn Pop rubbing his shoulders. Yeah. Do it up. But yeah, so that's fucking great news. I want to see a breakdown of Democrat and GOP government officials in two bars. Like, I want to see the graph broken down by party. Which government officials have gotten COVID? Because I have a feeling it's the anti-mask group that it's really running right through.
I mean, it has affected other members of Congress. Like I remember like a while back, there was a guy that was a congressperson. He wasn't a senator. He was in the Congress, and he was pissed because one guy had COVID and went to do a vote on the floor.
Yeah.
So that everyone
Yeah.
had to fucking quarantine, and he was like, "Fuck you, dude! What are you doing?"
It killed Herman Cain. I mean, fucking.
I mean, but let's not talk about the positives. All right,
sorry. Sorry.
let's just talk about the negatives, okay?
Yeah. Yeah, I wish it had, but yeah, I mean, with any luck, Bill Barr will be breathing through a crazy straw in his neck.
Fuck that guy.
Oh my God. This is going to make a really great 12 Days of Christmas if we can just like break down all the people that got COVID, the 12 days of COVID. On the 7th day of COVID. Yeah, just COVID
My
gave
virus
to
gave to me. A bunch of motherfuckers dead. Like that's just
Don Jr. now. Just names.
just a bunch of names.
I think it'd be great. Guys, we got a sponsor this week.
Holy
No
shit.
shit.
Yeah, yeah. What's our metal? Is brought to you by a new sponsor this week. For some reason, these sponsors don't last longer than about a week.
I know.
I've noticed.
They never pay either.
That is, it's
We gotta get on that. Pay up front.
yeah. Ooh, that's a good idea. Yeah. There's all this stuff about them getting something in return that I don't really care.
Never gonna happen.
Anyway, so this is the ad copy they had me. They're having me read here. Are you a president whose mental illness keeps you from accepting the results of an election? Are you constantly having many rage strokes in your extra large adult diaper? Well, then you should call Binkman, and Durf, attorneys at law. We'll immediately set aside any slip and fall cases to work for you. We'll immediately drop at the first call any ongoing cases regarding how a local bar's ladies' night discriminates against men to find and or shred those votes. Whatever you need. Look out, Georgia, the state. We're coming. And we're not going to bring our abacus. Wink. Binkman and Durf, you can count on us not counting for you.
I don't want them. I don't want them I don't want them at all.
That is probably the most ethical lawyer I've ever heard of.
I mean, they're the most honest lawyer.
That's true.
That's different. Like ethical, no, but honest, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, there you go. That's Binkman, and Durf, attorneys at law. Just,
Well, thanks, guys.
yeah, thank them.
Thank you.
Yeah, guys, this week on the podcast, Dan and I will be finding the most metal year
Yes.
and most metal Power Ranger. You've called, oh yeah, two great tastes that go great together.
I'll talk about this during the Power Rangers segment.
Okay.
Dan's got words.
So do you want to start with Power Rangers or do you want to start with most metal year?
I don't. Yeah, either way, I don't care.
Let's start with year. Let's get a little into it, and then we'll lighten it up toward the ass end.
Okay.
Yeah.
With Power Ranger. So start with most metal year, and to decide who gets to go first between Dan and I, we're gonna do the most metal thing possible, and that's roll 20-sided die. We're rolling the What's More Metal brand 20-sided die that you can get on Patreon.com. The 1 says What's More Metal because we're the #1 podcast to fuck to by Fuckcast Magazine, and the 20 says Natch Twombo because it's a natural 20. What else are you gonna yell?
That's the only thing.
Natch
That's
Twombo.
the only way to call it. That's the only thing
Yes.
you can call it.
It's the name of a bard I played that played a didgeridoo at one point. Which is fantastic. What else is going to get your warrior pumped for battle? Guys, I think I know what we need.
It's the secret to barbarian rage.
That's true.
The didgeridoo.
Yeah. But anyway, the didgeridoo. Anyway, so here we go. So you guys go first. Randy, what did I get?
You got a 17.
17.
Jesus,
17.
that's better than all the rolls you've rolled combined.
Combined, yeah.
That's true.
And Dan, yeah, you got a 2.
Yeah, that's more like it.
Close. Okay, gang. Well, given Dan's bonus, that's it was close.
It was
He gets
pretty
a
close.
he gets a plus 14.
Yeah.
Just so in rage.
But not for charisma.
That's true. You get a plus 14 bitterness bonus.
Yeah. I get plus 14 cynic bonus. That's what I get.
Okay.
Misanthropy.
All right. So, for the most metal year, I am going to choose the year 536 AD.
Okay.
536 AD, two volcanoes erupted, one in Iceland, Greenland area, and another one in El Salvador. The volcano erupts, and then darkness and a fog descends upon Europe that lasts for 18 months.
Yeah.
In what they call the year without a summer.
Yes, we talked about that during the most metal volcano.
Yes.
Yeah.
So for an entire, and then global temperatures fell by like 3 degrees. It's anywhere from 1.5 to 2.8.
Yeah.
Then of course all the crops failed.
Yes.
And famine swept across much of the earth. And then where there's famine, there's plague, because those two horsemen are conjoined. I don't know if you know that. So this caused the plague of Justinian, which ended up leading, which was basically the Black Plague, but before the Black Plague. It was the prequel, in which a third to one half of all Europeans were killed. This eventually led to the collapse of the entire Eastern Roman Empire. And there's like people talking about how the next 100 years were dog shit because of this.
Yes, I don't doubt it. Yeah, that's fucking messed up.
Because it caused a huge power vacuum and like just endless wars and shit, basically. So for the next 100 years, it just fucked everything.
Well, it turns out that war also follows death and famine. So
that's true.
So plague, death, all four of them showed up for like that 1 year.
Yes. So 3 of 4 horsemen did not get pestilence.
No, you know pestilence is the plague. So yeah.
No, you're right. Fleas.
All 4 were there.
Yeah.
All 4 were there.
All 4 were there. Yeah. Way to go, 536.
Yes. That's a pretty good that's a pretty metal year.
Yeah, 536 AD is like there's many historians that call it like the worst, like basically the worst year in history. It's just like the most fucked up one. And it basically is like if you were born in and around that, it's like, it sucked. You like no matter where you were, it's just like, well, that fucking sucked.
And it happened during the Dark Ages. And they're still like, this was the worst year in the Dark Ages, which is
what's
real bad.
How would you like to be living somewhere and you have no idea why, but an evil dark fog descends on your lands?
Yeah.
And kills everything and all. You would just be like, fuck.
Everybody was a believer in QAnon back then.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
They're just like, dude, the king fucked up and it's a plague of Satan. Like they would never have it. They wouldn't know that a volcano erupted. They would never find that out.
Yeah. They're like, guys, here's the deal. We're going to play a little game I like to call Find the Witch. All right? Because they're here.
Yeah, it would be brutal.
Yeah. So 536 AD, it's just that's fucked up. That's just like oh, by the way, when we say most metal, we mean most kick-ass, badass, sexy, deadly, brutal, badass, or killed the most Nazis.
Yes.
So as this took place in Europe, a lot of dead Germans.
It
long before there was a German.
It for sure prevented the birth of a lot of Germans that day.
That's true. But yeah, so that's my choice. 536 AD. Dan.
Good one. All right. I'm going to choose the year 33 AD.
Okay.
Which is the year that a little known guy named Jesus got beat to death by a bunch of Roman centurions and hung up on a cross to die.
Whoa, what?
Yeah.
I have literally never heard this story.
Yes, for sure. It was detailed in graphic detail by the movie Passion of the Christ, which if you're a Christian is horrifying, but if you're me, you laughed all the way fucking through it. I have to tell you, that movie, it's hilarious. It is as brutal as you think it is. And if you don't take it seriously, it is funny just because the person who made it thought this would be touching. And you're like, this is just torture porn. Like this is fucking insane. 33, like killed Jesus. Then supposedly he came back from the dead and thereby fucked the earth for the next 2,000 years and counting. Like Christianity has been worse for the world than any other religion. Fucked everything up all of the fucking time. If you want to talk about something that resulted in death, the death toll of Christianity is in the hundreds of millions.
That's true.
Jesus Christ was a fucking, he had no idea. There was no way that dude knew what the fuck was coming, like what he was going to be responsible for coming up. But, that's the day that it all started.
Yeah, for sure.
That year.
Yeah, human beings have a real great knack for turning anything. Jesus had that same thing where like that we just experienced, where he's like, "Oh, it was cool when I was liking it. Come on."
Yeah.
When I was in there, it was badass. I didn't know it was going to turn into all this dudes in tall hats, fucking like marching armies over the horizon. Fuck, this sucks.
Yeah, he could never have predicted.
They're eating my body? What the fuck is this?
Well, I mean, in all fairness, he did tell them to. Like, he did say it.
I guess I should.
During the Last Supper. Although, he probably didn't expect it to last for 2,000 years. Like, he was like...
That was a one-time thing!
He probably thought it was going to be like a couple years, maybe. He probably had no conception of the... Like, 100 years would have been baffling. Like, he would have no idea.
Fuck. Yeah, that's fucking... That is true. The death of Jesus and the birth of Christianity is...
It is the most fucked up thing that has ever happened. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, the most fucked up thing that's happened to humanity, period. Christianity being born is the worst.
I will say this about Christianity, though. If it wasn't for Christianity and it's the way that it's overbearing and has dominated our society, there wouldn't be a heavy metal. So heavy metal is a direct reaction to Christianity,
thereby making my argument even better.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I'm helping you.
Yeah, I mean, yes, heavy metal and all that other stuff is I slurred all of that shit, but it's a direct reaction to Christianity and all of its bullshit. But
so there you go. So those are our choices, gang. I chose the year 536 AD, the year without a summer. Dan chose 33 AD, the beating of the Christ.
Yes, that should have been the name of that movie. That would have been fucking hilarious.
So you guys decide who had the most metal choice. Was it Dan or I? I'm going to put these up on our Instagram stories on Wednesday. Let you guys decide. But if you're watching right now online on Twitch, you can vote in the comments, and we'll read those over tonight as well. Yes. So get a little instant gratification, get a little bit delayed.
get to feel what an election should feel like, as opposed to what election is.
Got to get those mail-in votes. We got to get those mail-in votes later this week.
Yeah.
And then Dan and Randy, I had a backup. I chose the year 1970.
Okay.
The year 1970, because that was the year Black Sabbath released Black Sabbath.
Yes.
Their first album, and widely regarded as the first true heavy metal album.
Yes.
It's also it's also the year the Beatles broke up. So bonus points.
Yeah. You can't even, honestly, the two things had to happen at the same time.
They did.
Heavy metal had to start, and then the Beatles had to break up. Those two things couldn't have happened. They had to happen within 12 months of each other.
Yeah. And honestly, do you realize, like, if they'd stayed together, what horse shit they'd be putting out? Because you saw what they did on their own. For the love of Christ. It was terrible. Wings?
Yeah, that's... Although, I will say Man on the Run is not a bad song.
I hate that song.
You hate that song? I don't think it's too bad. I think it's, like, tolerable. It's not on my Spotify playlist. I never fucking listen to it, but when it comes on, it doesn't make me immediately angry like some other Beatles songs do.
I will say that, but the Black Sabbath releases Black Sabbath, Beatles break up. Pretty kick-ass year. That's just a good year. That's just a straight up, that's two of my favorite things.
Yes, two of the best things ever.
I like that. There was a nuclear non-proliferation treaty that was signed, blah, 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 blah.
Who cares? Black Sabbath released Black Sabbath, and that's all that matters.
That's all you need.
Ozzy Osbourne started off on his journey to become the fossil he is now, the mumbling weirdo that we all know and love.
When that dude, they sold their record, like they bought their... So they got a record deal and they made money. Yeah. The first thing Ozzy did is he said he went and bought some cologne. Because he hated the way he smelled. That was like the first thing he did. He was like, I'm all like, you should have bought some soap. You stinky ass fuck. But I just love that was the first thing he did. It was like, oh, nice. And get some of that good smelling stuff. Like, that's how poor those dudes were.
Yeah. And then, dude, I don't know if you've ever seen it. There's a documentary about Black Sabbath. And they show, there's one scene in it where the camera is following Ozzy as he goes up on stage. So they go from backstage to on stage. And they're playing Wembley Stadium at that time. So they're following him and he's like saying hi to people and shit. And then they walk out and the camera takes a shot. And the shot is people as far as the eye can see. Like you can't see anything but crowd. And every single one of them is chanting Ozzy at the top of their lungs. And I watched that and I was like, it's no surprise that guy's kind of fucked up. Like that kind of shit would bend anyone's brain. There's no way you could see that and not be at least affected in some way.
Yeah. Well, I'll let you know.
Yeah. You tell me. Let us know.
I'll just be like, Sound kind of sucks.
Whatever. I couldn't hear him.
I have a name that's uniquely unchantable.
Actually, we could. Nariko Ott. That
Nariko.
actually,
It's just like,
the problem was they shortened it to one syllable, so that was easy.
Yeah.
So with you, it'd have to be nar or ko or eek. And they could be one of those three things, and none of them are cool. That's
true.
if they or ot, they could shout ot, and that would be pretty tight. That would be pretty good.
Yeah.
To have a crowd go ot, that would be nice.
If they're chanting your name, they're just chanting Dan. Like they're like, do they just want noodles? What are these guys?
My name sucks. There's no fucking way around it. My name is absolute bullshit, but it's not unique. So I can, it is 100% not unique. You can look it up on Google to find that shit out. Look up Daniel Weber on Google. The first person that's going to come up is a televangelist. The second person that comes up is a Christian folk singer. And the third person that comes up is me. So...
Dressed as the first two guys.
Yes. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Yeah. All right. If you look up Nariko, you get anime. So,
100%. Yeah.
Dan, do you have a backup?
I do. I'm going to pick 1983 AD.
Ooh.
It was the year that Cliff Burton and Kirk Hammett joined Metallica and Dave Mustaine got kicked to the curb, and the year that Testament formed. It was the biggest year. It was like the quintessential year of thrash metal in the Bay Area, which was the birthplace of thrash metal. Mm-hmm. It honestly, man, like if I could rewind my life and start over, I would grow up in the Bay Area just so I could be there in the 80s while those bands were killing it in small clubs throughout the fucking Bay Area. It would be insane.
Yeah. Oh my God, yes. Dude, that's like perfect, man. When Cliff Burton, like that whole,
he made the band worth a shit.
So good. They weren't trying to turn down the bass like every fucking album. Yeah. A bunch of fucking dickheads. Hold on, I'm looking up one thing that I wanted to check out. Oh, no. So, I'm like, I know Scorpions put out something around that time, but that was when they were on the Blackout tour, but Blackout itself came out in 82.
Yeah. Still. I was just thinking thrash metal. Because I know that the Bay Area had a really big thrash. It was where the birthplace of thrash metal was. Mm-hmm. And Slayer was in L.A. at the time. And there was a couple other... Exodus also was around in the Bay Area at that time. Anthrax was... Who gives a shit? Honestly, I don't care. There's like... Testament, like that, like the two things. Metallica actually getting people who could play and not be drunken idiots, and Testament forming. That's enough for me.
Yeah, that fucking rocks. Hold on, I'm gonna look up one thing. But yeah, like I definitely think. Oh damn it, this is. I was looking up anthrax, but I got the actual Wikipedia for the disease.
The disease.
Well, that's not what I want. That was a year before they hadn't even put out Fistful of Metal yet. So
Yeah.
which was 84. But yeah, that fucking rocks. That's a fucking rock and roll year. Definitely in the golden era of some of the best. And I think thrash is like that's in close to my heart. It's like some of the
Dude, it's my favorite. It's my favorite. I can't deny
Same.
it. Like it's the thing that I love the most.
Mm-hmm.
Thrash metal is easily my favorite metal.
Same. Well, that's a great choice. 1983, 1970. And I think that's going to bring us to the next topic.
Next topic.
Yeah. So we just did most metal year.
Yeah.
But now that's going to bring us to most metal Power Ranger.
Yeah.
And Dan has words.
Dan.
I did a.
I went first last time. Dan doesn't get to go first this time.
Yes.
But yes.
I did research on the Power Rangers because I
Yes.
legitimately had never seen a single episode.
Uh-huh.
And I have to say that show sucks so fucking much. Jesus Christ.
Huh.
That is honestly the worst shit I have ever fucking seen. That show sucks so goddamn bad. And
See,
I
I
love
pegged
martial
you for
art
a fan.
movies. I love kung fu movies. And that show can light itself on fucking fire. I watched clips. I tried to find there's nothing metal about Power Rangers. All right? That fucking show can die in a car fire. I hate every single person that was ever a part of it. All the writers, all the directors, every single person that had anything to do with it should kill themselves tomorrow because fuck that fucking show.
All right, what are your top 5 favorite things?
See, I pegged you for a fan.
But I had to come up with a fucking answer, so I did find a couple.
We got I think we got ourselves a Rita Repulsa right here. That's what we got.
No.
It would have been great after that rant. I just went, ay, 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 ay.
Dude. I mean, god damn it. I mean, it's cool. It's cool in the same way. To my mind, it's cool in the same way Harry Potter is cool. Like it's got.
Oh, not
it
at
got,
all?
No, it got kids into science fiction and shit, which is dope. But it's not that. It's bad. I would have loved it if I'd have been a kid in the 90s. Like
Yeah.
I 100% would have loved it. But because I wasn't, and I'm watching it for the first time in my 50s, it is ass. Like it is so fucking bad.
It's not great. I will say there was cool stuff that they did. Like, okay, so it was filmed. It was originally a Japanese show called Samurai Satai or something like that. And but they like all those shows, like they just filmed in a quarry somewhere, and they just, by the way, it was a Japanese show. They just took all the footage and then put some like a handful of white kids running in, going, "Woo, that fight was hard, crazy," or whatever, and then doubling over all the shit. But what I liked about it was in those quarry fight scenes, they're just setting off real explosions around all these fucking like actors in costumes. And that was cool too, because like they'd even have exploding like packs on them. So like when you hit them, sparks and shit would fly out of them. And I always just appreciated that. They'd be running and you'd see them, and I'm like, so the actual Japanese footage, I was always just like, fuck yes. That guy was really in danger. So the dude in a rubber dog suit, just like the head's flopping sideways. I don't know, but yes. Anyway, Dan.
Yes.
If you had to narrow it down, though, your favorite Power Ranger.
So I picked a Power Ranger from the movie, the Power Rangers
okay.
movie in 2017. The character's name is Billy Cranston. He was the Blue Ranger, but also an autistic kid, which I think is pretty fucking great. Like it's fucking tight. Like I watched a couple of scenes that involve him, and both of them involve this bully that he goes to. They're all in high school, and this bully this other guy who was like, I think the Red Power Ranger, slaps the shit out of him in detention, so he leaves Billy alone that day. And then he comes up the next day and he's going to break Billy's wrist, which honestly, as somebody that got picked on a lot in high school, doesn't make sense because nobody tried to do lasting injuries. But he couldn't. Then he tries to headbutt Billy, and Billy just stands there, and the kid knocks himself out on his head. And I thought that was fucking hilarious.
That rocks.
So I haven't seen any of the rest of the movie. I saw 2 clips. But that's all I need to know. Billy Cranston, the autistic Power Ranger. I think it's cool that that's fucking represented in the show.
I do have some bad news. We are going to be doing a movie watch along to the new Power Rangers movie.
What?
Dan. Oh, I forgot to tell you.
No, we're not. I get a vote, and no.
I just recounted, and I won.
That's true. The 2 of you voted against the 1 of me.
Sorry, you. If you have any problem with it, you can take it up with Binkman, and Durf, who are representing me.
I'm going to put Giuliani on the case, and those votes were totally miscounted.
The man who sweats youth.
The guy who sweats hair dye. What the fuck? What the fuck, Rudy?
Weeks like Zorg.
This world is hilarious and horrible. It's great. That's a great choice, Dan. That's the Blue Ranger from the Power Rangers movie, 2017.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with what I chose when we did this on the Ride the Lightning round last week, or the week, or last time we did
last
it.
Week.
It was last week. I'm gonna choose Zordon, and a choice that should not count. But I'm gonna go with Zordon.
It's not a Power Ranger. Otherwise, I would have
He gave
picked
all
one
the
of the
Power
villains.
Rangers their Power Ranger powers. So he's kind of like the head. Are you saying Splinter isn't a Ninja Turtle?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
He's
okay.
not a turtle. It turns out he's a rat in the sewer. The only reason I shouldn't even know that. I'm too old for that cartoon either. But I do know about that.
Well, I just recounted and I won again. So Zordon is.
Okay, Zarda.
No, I'm just playing. No. No, I'll choose a Ranger. I am actually going to choose the Blue Ranger also. The Blue Ranger, but from the original series. Okay, I just wanted to say this. So the Power Rangers, although had a cool, the cast or whatever, all the Rangers were very fucked up given. So the Black Ranger's black. The Yellow Ranger
Yeah.
is an Asian lady.
Yeah.
The Red Ranger is half Native American. The Blue Ranger, gay. David Yost was gay, and they gave him the Unicorn Zord. He had a metal unicorn that was his power. But I wanted to give a shout out to actor David Yost because he was in terms of him being an LGBT being a gay actor. I'm like, fuck yes, good. That makes you the coolest Ranger in my book. But also on the episode Switching Places that took place, he also got lit on fire. A pyrotechnic went wrong and he got caught on fire, and next to the Pink Ranger, who was a lady.
Yeah. Yeah, believe it or not.
Just every single one of them. It's brutal. It's super brutal.
I will say, when I was doing research for the Power Rangers, I tried to first do the people who were in the Power Rangers, who played the Power Rangers. Because I remember reading that Scott Adkins, who's a B-movie all-star, the fucking Al Pacino of B-movies, I thought he had been in the Power Rangers at one point, but that was not true. But I did find out the guy you're talking about, after the Power Rangers, did gay porn, which is dope.
Oh, fuck yeah!
Nice.
That rocks!
Yes. Yeah. He went into you know what, I've got one Power Ranger right on me right now. And
That's crazy that he went on from the Power Rangers to do his own stunts.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, there's a. Yeah,
That's fantastic, dude. That to me, that's even cool. I did not catch that in the stuff I was reading. That's
I
fucking
didn't.
Great.
I didn't use him just because like I couldn't look up any of the clips that he was in.
Trust me, I looked.
I did look. So the rumor was that he was in it, but I couldn't find any actual evidence.
Oh, okay.
So,
that's fucking great.
Nobody had any of that Power Ranger goodness. He didn't Power Range any butts in any videos that I could see. He didn't Power Ranger any rumps. That's what I'm saying. He didn't, but you know, supposedly he was in gay porn.
Yeah, dude, I'd fucking that'd be great. But well, whatever. I think that just doubles. So anyway, gang, those are our choices for Total Power Ranger. Dan chose the Blue Ranger, and I chose the Blue Ranger
From the movie.
Yeah. So is it Blue Ranger from the 2017 movie, or is it Blue Ranger from the original series?
Yes.
The first 194 episodes of the Power Rangers.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
He was not in all of them, by the way. That guy was only in the first 2 or 3 seasons.
Yeah, and that's 194 episodes.
Oh, was it?
Like, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. How fucking crazy is that? They filmed one a week for like years or whatever.
That is so brutal.
Yeah. He did the first 2 seasons, which was 100 or something like that. But he did the first original run, so 194 episodes and the first movie.
Yeah.
So good on that dude. Anyway, so those are our choices. Dan, do you have a backup?
I do have a backup. It is the Power Ranger Theo Martin, who was the blue Jaguar Antelope Bat Ranger from Power Rangers Jungle Fury. Now,
There's so many spin-offs.
the reason why I picked that is because that collection of animals is nonsensical at best. Like, Jaguar Antelope Bat? Like, what in the fuck is that even all about? That is insane. Like, you're just like, they're just pulling fucking animals out of a hat. Like, he's got to be 3 animals. Okay, John, like, what is it? Like, Jaguar, dope, go with it. Bat, awesome, go with it. Antelope, fuck it. Like, it's just, there's nothing about an antelope that is even close to power. Like,
Yeah.
that is an animal that runs away at best. Like, that's, and it is the dumbest animal in the woods, by the way. Like,
Yeah.
Hunting antelope in Eastern Oregon is ridiculously simple. All you do is just wait for them to just get mesmerized by a flower. And that, I'm not even fucking, like, antelope, super fast. They'll jump around, and then they'll just stop and stare at something for a ridiculous amount of time, to the point where you can sneak up on them and shoot them in the back of the head. Like, it's fucking insane.
And then you roll them up on a carpet,
Yeah.
throw them in the back of your car.
And you make antelope venison out of them, and it's terrible. I don't know why anybody hunts those things.
It's a bat jagaloff. The classic.
An antabatuar.
Jack. So he's the predator. He's also his own prey, and then he's also a thing that can't fly very well.
Yes.
And eats bugs
Yes.
and can't see.
And can't see, but can scream loudly.
Jaguar, antelope, bat.
Yeah.
I love it.
It was just like so fucking random. I love the idea of it. There's one other guy that was a gorilla something
Banana.
shark. Like, he was like, what in the fuck?
Wow.
Yeah.
Fuck that. There's so many spin. I only really watched the first. I know that the Power Rangers were like they were like different animals or whatever at the start. Then they were like, then they were dinosaurs, and then they did a version with
Fury.
cars. Yeah, then they put a bunch of different trucks that they were or whatever, and you're like, how's that better than dinosaur? You had dinosaur before.
Yeah. Why did you stop?
Now I'm gonna go to pickup. Like, I'm the Jeep Ranger or whatever. You're like, I don't.
Fuck you.
Yeah, get that fucking shit out of here. That's a great choice, Stan. The what Ranger was it?
The Blue Ranger. The blue Jaguar Antelope Bat Ranger.
That's great. I'm going to choose. I'm going to choose the Green Ranger, Jason David Frank, who played Tommy Oliver, the original Green Ranger. Multiple reasons. Green Ranger had a flute that he would call like a dragon thing, which was like which is pretty badass. But also, he's actually it was in 2001. He became a professional mixed martial artist.
Oh, nice.
So,
Okay.
yeah. Oh, 2009. Excuse me. So he actually started doing his. He started being a professional UFC fighter. So he took it to the next level. He started actually really putting his Zord where his mouth was. You know,
Yes.
Right there.
There was
So,
one.
yeah.
Sorry.
No, I was going to say that's kind of kick ass.
Yeah. One backup for me too was the original Ranger. I think the original Pink Ranger was a lady. I think her name was Angela Jo Clayton. She went on to be in a bunch of different movies, but most importantly, she was in a band called Valhalla, which is tight as shit.
Oh, nice.
The only reason I didn't pick her was because I couldn't find any clips of Valhalla. So I have the band that she was in. There's several bands that have been named Valhalla, but she was not in any of them. And I couldn't find any clips of what kind of music it was, so I couldn't pick it. But
Yeah.
she's by far the most successful post Power Ranger actress of all time.
That's fucking tight. Yeah. Well, I think that's going to do it for Most Metal Power Ranger. Guys, so that's going to bring us to the polls. We didn't do polls. And when I say we, I mean me. I didn't do it. But I will say this. I won. According to my recount,
Yes.
Bankman, and Durf have assured me that I
The votes
already,
are in.
Look, I couldn't even fathom. My mind can't process the idea of me not winning, so I didn't. I'd say that right now. I'm furious and vengeful at the concept of me not being the best. So that didn't happen. And then also my lawyers assure me.
But we did get results from the show we have been doing for the past.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
This one we've been doing right now?
Yeah.
In the
Yeah.
present?
We have people watching, and they have voted.
My damn.
They have.
All right.
So
Thank
we'll go with what we have for this show. So far, for most metal year, taking 100% of the votes is 536 AD.
Oh,
That's
shit.
a good one. It's a good one. Yeah, I totally forgot about it. That was my pick for the volcano. Like I mentioned that year in the volcano. I
Yeah.
should have remembered it, but it was like
That's
a year and a half ago or some shit.
I cannot believe we beat Jesus, guys. That fucking... Woo,
Look,
that feels good.
None of you think the death of Jesus, like, he got beat to death over the course of a whole fucking day. Whatever. I get it. The fucking summer without the year without a summer is pretty fucking tight.
Hold on. I'm just getting word that my lawyers are now taking you as a client.
No, they're not. I'm not hiring them. I'll accept the votes.
Loser. That's like loser talk. That's what you're talking about.
When the people have spoken, you kind of have to concede. You know what I mean?
No, I don't. So, okay. And
for most metal Power Ranger, with 80% of the votes, we have the Blue Ranger.
that's so...
So what was the other 20%? Like, we only gave them the choice of the two. The other 20% were like, we don't even give a shit. It's like 45% of
Hillary.
America.
They wrote in Hillary.
This is
We have
honestly,
one vote for Kanye. And then
this honestly might be the only year where I've been alive for a presidential election where the actual winner was "we don't give a fuck." That's like enough people voted now that it would have been whoever won actually would have won if everyone but it was most years it's just like 55% are just like I don't give a shit, like 55% don't vote.
yeah.
So this year was like one of the first years where it actually came out that the person who won, which is why Biden won 100%.
Yeah. It was anybody but this other guy
Yeah.
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 in a landslide.
Yeah. He got more votes than any other presidential candidate in American history.
Yeah.
Like no one else has got that many votes in public. Like, dude, like that's
Well, there's more people now, to be fair, but yes.
there's not more
But
people
still
than there
awesome.
were during Obama.
I think so.
Not
There's gotta be
that
more
many
people
more.
than
not
8 years
not
ago.
not that many more. Not
That's true.
not to
Definitely
push
more
it.
people voted, and you're not wrong.
Yes.
So Blue Ranger, huh? That's good choice, everybody. Good choice.
Good choice. Blue Ranger
Solid
wins.
choice. Yeah.
Hands down.
That's great. So, I think that's going to bring us to the Ride the Lightning round. Yeah! Everybody, this is the part of the show where Dan and I will pick 2 topics at random, or 1 topic at random, and then, or topics at random, multiple topics at random. Then we will tell you what the most metal, our choices for most metal thing in those topics
Could
are.
you explain it worse? That's
Okay, here we go. Anywhere from 0 to 100 topics will be found. Dan and I will choose multiple things that we like about
we're
stuff.
not even going to choose them. Randy's going to choose them.
And then Randy also
Randy
might
chooses the topics,
something.
and then we decide what the most metal thing in those
and
topics
then
are.
yes.
You could not have explained that worse. Even if you tried.
On a leap year, the topics are decided via round robin.
Yeah, for sure. Okay.
Dart throwing at a board. Okay, so anyway, you get it.
Do we have any topics, Randy? Let me take this
Yeah.
over for a second.
We have. God damn, our listeners came through this episode.
Nice.
Shit.
Pick one.
I'm gonna.
We weren't expecting that. Sorry, guys, we're going to have to catch up.
We don't expect anyone to give a shit, so thanks.
Let's go with most metal sex toy.
Okay,
Oh, shit.
all right.
Oh.
Real or what's more metal brand?
Those are 2 different things.
It would have to be the Fleshlight Furby made of beans.
Lamprey fleshlight for sure. Or my choice, the thing that I invented this week, the guillotine fleshlight from
Ooh. The old cigar snipper.
yeah.
I still like my fleshlight that's just a bigger dick that you put your dick in the
Yes.
hole of.
Yeah, the docking fleshlight.
Yeah, you just put your dick inside the pee hole of a way bigger dick. Like you're trying
It's
to
called the low self-esteem. That's what that one is
you're
called.
trying to go back into your dad's balls. It was called the going home flashlight.
I mean, technically,
Fleshlight.
every fleshlight is going home.
That's true.
Uh,
Coming home. It's
coming
coming
home.
home.
You're coming home.
Anyway, okay, real sex toy. Randy,
sex
can you
toy.
roll to see who gets to go first?
Yes, and Judas Cradle is off the table. Nariko, you got a 17.
17 again.
Yeah, you got a
Jesus.
17 again. And Dan, you got an 18.
Oh, shit.
But we're not. Hold on. What about my +2 on confused?
Yeah, but I get a plus
My
14 based
confused-
on misanthropy. So it's a destruction. You didn't even come close.
Damn. Hold on. I'm calling my lawyers. Okay,
right.
damn.
Oh, God. Okay. Most metal sex toy. Boom. I can't. Look. All right. So I don't remember the name of it,
Okay.
but there's a vibrator that also has an app that measures the strength of the contractions of the vagina around it and lets you determine how strong your orgasm was when it happens. And the only reason I know this is because somebody who does there's a blog that does sex toy reviews. They decided to do a review of using it with and without THC enhanced lube to see if it did in fact make the orgasm stronger, and got quantifiable evidence that shit works. So the contractions were much stronger and for much longer after using THC lube on the vibrator. But I don't remember what the vibrator's name of that sex toy is called. I'm sorry.
Was this your Lube News magazine?
No. It was Insertion Monthly. And
okay. There we go. That's great.
Penetration Weekly. That's what it was.
I've got two in my mind. I got two in my ass right
happens.
now.
That always happens.
That always happens. I'm gonna have to choose the Dan Weber butt plug.
God damn it! That was my backup.
That was your backup.
That was my backup. Yeah.
Dan had a show, and then as one of the prizes for the show,
Yes.
it was a butt plug with his face on the stopper. I call it the stopper.
Yes. The linchpin, if you will.
The linchpin, if you will.
They gave two of them away. There are two of them out in the world right now.
On the handbrake.
Yes.
But yeah, there's a picture there. So there's two of them.
Yes.
They're both. You don't have access to either one, do you?
I don't, but I do have a picture. I do have a picture of one of them with my face half covered with my own jizz, which I don't think any other comedian on earth can claim. Like that's me. That's mine.
Well, my ass is in that picture.
See, the problem is you can't fuck an ass that has a blood plug in it. That's
true.
That is the trouble.
Not with that attitude.
That's true. That's not what that.
You got a real quitter's attitude about this.
Fucking loser. All right. Yes, that was going to be my backup. The personalized blood plug that had my face on it.
I love that they're floating around, and you want to see the best part? The best part is when that turns up somewhere and no one knows the context.
Yes.
There's just
100%.
There's a butt plug with a picture of a gray-haired man. Yes. Just like looking intense.
I don't remember. So I think they used the picture. I don't know if you've seen it. That Bethany took of me at Holman's, where like the light is kind of behind me and my hair is not quite as gray, and I'm looking at her and my eyes are really big, and it is the creepiest fucking picture. So they put that.
That's fantastic.
On a butt plug. I don't know who won the other one. That show in particular, that was one of my favorite shows to do, because I wore a full suit, except I didn't wear underwear and I cut the dick out of the pants. So I just walked around the audience. They had a wireless mic for some reason that night. So I walked around the audience just asking people, why are you creeped out? And then would just like stand really close to them so that the tip of my dick was almost touching them, and they were all like fucking jerking away. It was amazing. Mwah, perfect.
The show specifically was about comics getting naked. And
yes, it was comics. It was called Comic Strip.
Yeah.
Very original name.
I just had to put it out there before people were like, this maniac just pulls his dick out in front of unsuspecting crowds.
No, I only did that once at an open mic without anybody knowing what was going to happen.
When I did that show, I just wore a belt and my socks pulled up, and I walked out on stage, and I was like, "How does this show work?" And
yeah, standing ovation.
Because you're supposed to start getting slowly undressed or whatever as they ring a bell, and I just walked out naked and was like, "I don't get what's supposed to happen."
I believe.
By the way, just a belt and naked is heinous.
Yes.
It's like the worst look.
Yes, it is.
I did it intentionally, but it's like literally like
Yeah.
fucking and black socks pulled up. It was just
it was
the worst
awful.
you could look. Also, my body. It was just it was everything you could do wrong.
I will say, I believe the person who because you could throw tips on stage like they were like it was a strip club. I believe that one of my good friend of ours, Amy Miller, easily surpassed anyone else's money total because she would go out there and just be like, I'm not doing shit until you guys throw money at me. And then they were just like, people were throwing like fucking crazy amounts of money on stage. I think she made like $300.
That fucking
night.
rocks.
Yeah,
That's
like,
real stripper
we had
money.
to sweep it up into a dustbin, and we had to get multiple dustbins. Like it
Yeah.
was fucking crazy. That was a great show. It was super fun to do.
Well, I mean, yes, it was great.
It was, and then it ended up. Everyone who was responsible for the show left, and then it. Not so. Good.
Fuck. What comedian? I'm just gonna spacing on the name.
Give me a hint.
Yeah, like literally anything but snapping.
Fuck. What is her name? I'm
Okay, we got a lady.
trans comic. I'm fucking up.
Karina?
I'm spacing
God.
this.
Karina Lucas.
Karina, like, yeah, sorry, I'm like fucking, I'm beers deep. Karina
Yes.
had one of my favorite things I'd ever seen. She went out on stage, and then when she finally got all naked, like on her back, written in marker, was just Sandy Hook was fake or was a hoax, and it made me laugh so hard.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
I think I was on that same show with her. It made me laugh so hard.
Dude.
Sandy Hook was a hoax. Like,
If any of our listeners don't know who Karina Lucas is, look her up. She is ridiculously funny.
so
Yeah.
funny, such a great talent.
Yeah.
Fucking amazing.
And she lives in
so those
San
are-
Antonio now. Anyway.
So those are our choices. Dan chose the vibrator that can, with the app that senses your orgasm strength.
Yes.
I chose the Dan Weber brand butt plug.
This face right here looking you right in the eyes while you fuck him from behind. How about that?
Yeah.
How you like that?
I like it fine.
That would be bad.
So
It would not be good.
guys, let us know in the comments who won. Dan, do you have a backup besides the one I just took from you?
Yeah. Yeah. There's a toy that I've used that I've used with other people. And it's a toy that has it's like a suction cup for the clit. So you put it on and then it just like pulls it a little bit. It vibrates some. And I've never seen anyone come like that fucking toy made that lady come in my life. Like it was
Nice.
it was crazy.
Nice.
So yeah, that's a good. But I don't. Once again, I don't remember brand names or anything.
It was called the Carp, right? Or the
It was called the Dan's tongue. That's what it was called.
trying to think of like a tiny. Yeah. It was a Roomba.
Yes.
Was it a Roomba?
Yeah. It was a Roomba.
Yes. That's great. My backup is the rubber lady's torso. Because you can just fuck a torso like a psychopath. It's just, to me, that's hilarious. When you see those at a store, you're just like, that's what a maniac does. It's just like, I'm going to fuck this rubber torso, and then when it displeases me, they'll find it in a dumpster wrapped in a sheet.
Yes. Have you watched that show on FX called Little Dicky? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know that show. I have not watched it, but yes.
He actually fucks one of those a bunch of times in that show, and it's hilarious. That actually is a very good show.
Nice.
It is a very funny show. Anyway, that's neither here nor there, but that reminded me of the he has like a torso rump that he fucks, and it's absolutely hilarious. Anyway,
That's fucking great. Do we have a vote, Randy?
Yes, we do. So for the Ride the Lightning round, the vote we got went to the Dan Weber butt plug.
Yeah, you both lost and won.
And real quick, listener Homicidal Fire Cow.
Oh,
said that-
HFC.
Old HFC.
I will be right back.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Said that
Dan's got to go with that rubber torso. Dan's got to pull the clit sucker off.
It's about to come like he's never come before.
God, he better not get that photograph that he was talking about. I do not want to see that.
So, good old HFC suggested that we make butt plugs with pictures of our assholes on them.
Yeah, well, finally. Stuff up that ugly butthole you're looking at. Get yourself a pretty one. God. Knowing how my self-esteem, like I would, man, just the like I would have to take so many pictures on my phone before I found one that I fucking like. And then what filter do you use? You know, like it's like, why does this butt have cat ears and sparkles? Why does this asshole?
Why does this asshole have sunglasses?
There's like a dog tongue sticking out. You're like, what is going on? There's a tiny sun shining on it.
Why is this asshole puking a rainbow?
Oh, fuck. That would be a great butt plug. A picture of a butt plug with our assholes on it. That's great. Picture of a mouth plug with our buttholes. That's so funny. That's perfect. Great. That's a great suggestion. All right, now let's make up something for Dan.
Sorry
Welcome
about
back.
that.
No, that's all right, man. A listener just suggested that we get butt plugs with pictures of our buttholes on them.
That is a
Great idea.
I'm not sure yet. I'm trying to because I'd have to take the picture. I don't know how to do that. Like my brain immediately went to the logistics of getting that picture, and I'm like, I don't think anyone wants to take that. Like, I don't know.
I don't even know if I've ever even seen my butthole before.
Yeah.
I'd have to like. I'd be just like, I'm like, sure, it gets more lotion than the rest of me, but
Yeah, I legitimately. It would be the first time that I've ever seen it if I take that
so
picture.
Funny. That's so funny.
But that is a really good. That's a good idea, and we may very
Dan,
well do
I've
that.
seen it.
for-
It's a 7.
You didn't say that at the time.
Fuck. Well, this episode got gross.
Yeah, it got real weird. Real weird. But you knew that was going to happen when he said most metal sex toy. Like there was
That's true.
there is no way that this is going to be okay after that.
Have we not done that as a topic before?
I
I
don't,
don't think
so.
we have.
Man, that's gonna make that list. That's gonna make that list.
We
You did it.
fucked up. Well,
Oh, you
we
guys.
talk a lot about making our own merch sex toys, like lamprey mouth fleshlight,
The torn beer can
torn beer
fleshlight.
can fleshlight, a classic.
Yeah.
The first,
You know, it'd be really cool. A fleshlight that's a huge vagina that's really wide.
yeah. The humiliation fleshlight.
It's just like you're just nowhere near pleasing this fleshlight.
The fleshlight that it determines when it's close to the human body and says, "Are you in yet?" Like that over and over again.
Yeah, that's what it says.
Yeah,
There's just it's the sound of a lady going,
the humiliation fleshlight. That's what it should
I think
be.
that'd be a great one.
It would also be another piece of merch for us.
I think that's a good one. Anyway, Randy, what were you saying?
All right. Oh, we had. So just to give you guys an idea, because we're this is a long one. The other suggestions we got: use for a corpse, infomercial, holiday food, cartoonist, fake commercial, day of Christmas, Saint.
Day of what do you mean? Like when
Like
the 12 days of Christmas?
through throughout the 12 days of Christmas.
By the way, there's a great Norm Macdonald bit about the 12 days of Christmas thing because like 90% of those days are just birds. So he's just on the phone going, yeah, sweetie. And it's just it's just the sound of a million birds squawking. And he's like, well, the partridges were nice at first, but then it's just a lot of birds. 12 geese? It's a lot of geese. It's a great bit.
Yeah, it is a really good bit.
Flu-like symptom, rant, military coup, military ambush, witch trial, series finale, documentary, and the last one, this one struck me as kind of odd, but TV producer suicide.
That's pretty fucking specific. Like that's you're thinking of one guy. Like, there's only one. And,
oh my god. Tell me it wasn't Speed Weed. Was it Dick Wolf or Speed Weed? Because neither one I will my life is shattered. Either way.
Thank you listeners for fucking
There's a ton of them
viewers
this week,
have
ton of them.
like cuz we're having a hard time coming up with topics that we haven't come up with, but those are all there's one of those that I think we've done, but other than that, I think we haven't done any of those. We did infomercial.
Yeah,
I know that somebody else did infomercial because I did the slap chop, and that's
right.
how I remember that.
Yeah.
The knife you can punch, and
Of course.
Yeah. But anyway, guys, those are great topics. We're going to throw them on our pile of potential topics. So you might see them in the coming weeks. They were coming up, though, so keep an eye on them for those. I mean, you definitely will, because those were really fucking great.
they're
And I
all
can't
really
wait to
good.
They're all solid.
jump into
Fucking
those. TV producer suicide would be like, if we could find more than two, I feel like that's like worth doing.
I legitimately think there probably are. Like,
Is that like the dentists of TV? Do they those dudes just blow like their brains out all the time? Like,
TV producers have to get fired all of the fucking time.
Yeah.
Like, it has to be a brutal job.
I bet. Yeah, it's just the day the Coke ran out.
Yeah.
Oh, I fucking love it. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for those suggestions. We'll be sure to throw those in. We're going to definitely do like all of those at some point. So keep an ear out for those. And what else? I guess that's the episode, guys. We're going a little bit long tonight. This was a fun one. This was super great.
Super fun.
We learned a lot about voting. And and don't do it unless it's for me. And then what else? No, but we I don't know. This was a good one. I'm going to say thanks everybody for tuning in. Thanks everybody. If you like the podcast and it's something you enjoy, definitely try to support any way you can. Like some likes, subscribe on your friend's phone. Steal their phone. Subscribe to the podcast. They won't even know that they're downloading it, and we get them listens and views.
Yeah.
You can go on iTunes or Apple Podcasts and leave a review. Leave us a 5-star review, and then in the review part, just write anything you want. Look up the Wikipedia result for the Kandiru fish and just throw it right in there.
Yeah.
That's that pea hole fish from the Amazon.
Yes.
Throw it in there. Just a little. Put in a haiku about your favorite butt plug. Who cares?
Or describe your latest necrophilic episode. That's
There you go.
the other thing you can do.
Yeah, just whatever you want, because who cares? But yeah, we definitely just want to keep growing it. We want to keep bringing it and having more and more people enjoy what we're doing. So definitely, any way you can help and support, you can. We have a Patreon where there's a bunch of cool. We have shirts. We have D&D dice.
Yes.
We've got all kinds of fucking rad shit. So please support there if you can, and we'll even send you the stuff, shirt and dice, if you just show that you've supported a Black Lives Matter charity of any kind. Show that you've sent $25 or more, and we'll just send you the stuff because we want you to. We want to spread the love around. So anyway, also want to thank Empire of Pigs for doing our super brutal theme song. We really enjoying it. Check out their EP Aghast on SoundCloud.
It's fucking dope.
It's real heavy. It's fucking great. So what else? I don't know. Am I missing anything, Dan, Randy?
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Oh, the Patreon watch party. Join Patreon every first Sunday of the month. You'll get to do the watch party with us.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we're going to do mom and dad.
Mom and Dad with Nick Cage.
Yes, with Nick Cage.
Doing that one December 6th, 8 o'clock. Excuse me. And if you can't join us, it'll be on the Patreon for you to listen to and sync up later.
Oh, and if you guys want to catch me, November 28th, I will be in the fetal position.
Yeah.
Find me there.
For the entire rest of November, I will be sad. That's what I'll be. You can find me at sad wherever you want. Sad or high.
Sad.sob.
Sad or high. Those are the two things I'm going to be this November and possibly December.
Yeah, there we go. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining. We really appreciate you, and hope you had a good time too. Hope this was a little bit of a shining anti-lighthouse on the projecting darkness everywhere we turn. So anyway, guys, so for Dan, Randy, and I, thank you so much for listening, and fuck 12 and hell Satan.
Fuck 12, hail Satan.
American sin, burning into the ash. Begin again, rise up to the moment. Smash on supremacy, killing women with a flame. They're begging, systemic, academic, knee on the throat. Laying face down the street, take everything or just fucking breathe. Let the reckoning begin. American sin, burning into the ash. Begin again. Give me liberty. Forgive me death. Don't tread on me. No step on snake. Give me liberty. Forgive me death. Don't tread on me. No step on snake. Bring on the rain. Rats in the cage. You bring the gas. All I
The 26-year-old Louisville first responder shot 8 times and killed by police.
Taken down by mostly plainclothes police officers while being placed under arrest. One of the officers employed a chokehold. Moments later, while on the ground after complaining he couldn't breathe, he was dead.
Started to tell the officer that he was unarmed and that he should stop shooting me. And before he could get his senses out, the officer fired 7 more shots into his head.
As the victim, an unarmed man who needed help, not a death sentence.
Break the pieces, burn the cross.